The Forgotten Village. Far away from the noise of cities, hidden among dusty hills and endless fields, there was a small village called Noorabad. Life there was slow, the kind of life where the sunrise decided the day and the sunset closed it. In this forgotten corner of the world lived a man named Yusuf, a cobbler by profession, known for his honesty and patience. Yusuf's house was tiny, made of mud and stones, with a roof that leaked whenever it rained. Yet every evening, a small lamp burned in the corner of his room, a lamp that never went out, no matter how little oil he had. People used to ask, "Yusuf, why do you keep this lamp burning all night?" And he would smile. "It reminds me that hope should never die, even when everything else fades." He lived alone. His wife had passed away years ago, and his only son had gone to the city in search of work, never to return. Some said he forgot his poor father. Others said the city swallowed him. Yusuf never complained. Every morning he prayed for his son and began mending shoes for a few coins. 2. The Stranger in the Rain. One stormy evening, as thunder rolled across the sky, Yusuf heard a weak knock on his door. He opened it to find a young man, drenched, trembling in the cold. His clothes were torn, his eyes full of fear. "Please," the stranger said, "can I stay here for the night?" Without hesitation, Yusuf pulled him inside, gave him a blanket, and lit the fire. He offered him half of the bread he had saved for dinner. The stranger ate silently, tears mixing with the rainwater on his cheeks. After a while, he said, "You don't even know who I am. Why are you helping me?" Yusuf smiled gently. "Because someone once helped me when I was lost." "We don't help people because they deserve it, son. We help because it's right." The young man lowered his head. "My name is Hassan," he said. "I came here to escape the men who are chasing me. I made mistakes. I stole, lied, and now I have nothing left." Yusuf looked at him, not with anger, but with compassion, greater than, "If you are still breathing, you have a chance to change." That night, Yusuf let him sleep in his bed, and himself sat near the lamp, whispering prayers. 3. The Decision. In the morning, Hassan woke up to find breakfast ready, a simple bowl of lentils and flatbread. He couldn't understand why a poor man would show such kindness. Yusuf gave him an old pair of repaired shoes and said, "Go, start fresh. Allah forgives those who repent truly. Don't waste your life running from yourself." Hassan hesitated. "You saved me, and I have nothing to repay you." Yusuf smiled again. "Then promise me one thing. When you find peace, help someone else in need." "That will be my reward," Hassan left with tears in his eyes. The old man stood by the door, watching him disappear into the road, whispering, "May Allah guide you, my son." 4. The silent years passed. The seasons changed. Yusuf grew older and weaker. His eyesight dimmed, his hands trembled, and sometimes he forgot what day it was. The people of Noorabad often said, "The poor cobbler is still alive, still mending shoes and lighting that same old lamp." Even in his poverty, Yusuf never begged. Whatever he earned, he shared with anyone hungrier than him. Some nights he would sit by the lamp, talking softly as if speaking to his lost son. "You'll come back one day, won't you?" "I'm still waiting." 5. The king's search one winter morning, the whole village was in chaos. Soldiers in bright uniforms rode in with horses and banners. A royal messenger announced, "His Majesty, King Hassan bin Harun, is passing through Noorabad." People ran to the streets, cheering. Yusuf stayed in his small hut, uninterested. He had seen kings come and go. None had ever cared for the poor. Suddenly, there was a knock on his door. Yusuf opened it and froze. Standing before him was a man in royal robes, but his eyes, they were familiar. "Do you remember me, old man?" the king asked softly. Yusuf blinked. "No, I don't think—" But then he saw the scar above the king's eyebrow, the same one the young stranger had that rainy night. Greater than Hassan? Tears rolled down the king's face. He fell to his knees and held Yusuf's hands. "Yes, it's me. The sinner you sheltered. The thief you fed. You gave me a new life, Yusuf. You taught me how to live with mercy. I left here and worked honestly, step by step. Life changed, people changed, and destiny lifted me. But your words never left my heart." 6. The reward. Hassan looked around the broken hut and said, "I came to find you, to bring you with me. You will live in my palace as my father." But Yusuf shook his head gently. "Greater than my home is here, my lamp is here, but if you really wish to honor me, then build a place in the city where the hungry can eat and the lost can sleep, like you did once. That will be my palace." King Hassan nodded, his heart trembling with emotion. 7. The Candle of Hope. A month later, in the capital city, a great shelter opened, the House of Yusuf. It welcomed orphans, travelers, and the poor. At the entrance hung a small sign, "Greater than kindness never dies. It becomes light for others." Back in Noorabad, Yusuf's lamp burned one last night. The next morning, the villagers found him seated peacefully, the lamp still glowing beside him. When King Hassan heard the news, he prayed long and silently. Then he said to his people, "The poor cobbler of Noorabad taught me that true kingship lies not in crowns, but in compassion." And so the story of Yusuf, the man who lit the candle of hope, spread far and wide, reminding everyone that a single act of kindness can change destinies. Moral of the story: kindness is never wasted. What you give from your heart returns to you in ways you cannot imagine.